Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ilian and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Derek. Derek is from Ontario, in Canada. So let's see what Derek has to say. Enjoy the interview. So, hello, Derek. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time today for the interview. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So, tell me, how's your day going so far?
It's been good. Actually spending part of the weekend building a new deck at the front of our house. So
Amazing.
yeah.
So tell me, during the weekends, do you have like a routine that you do every weekend, or you just go with the flow?
Um, it kind of depends. My wife works every other weekend. We've got two young daughters, so every second weekend, she's away working and I'm at home with the kids. So being able to get things done around the house doesn't always happen on those particular weekends. But yeah, it's there now. I can see you better. Yeah, we it's like I say, it's weekend to weekend, and I try to get as much work in as I can when I'm when the kids are sleeping.
Amazing. And so let's
Yeah.
start the interview talking about your career as a voiceover, and also I believe that you are a singer in a band as well.
Yeah, so I sing in a bluegrass quartet called the Griddle Pickers. We're a four-piece quartet. Been doing that for about 12 years.
Wow.
Been singing all my life, but this has been a long-term project, so that's been a lot of fun. And yeah, as far as voice acting, it's something that I started doing, I guess, sort of during COVID when it seems like everybody decided they wanted to be a voice actor. Um, I spent a good portion of my career working for the fire department. And it was during COVID that I started to reassess whether or not I wanted to continue to commute, and you know, made a decision at one point that I needed to step away from that. And so, I work as a carpenter to pay the bills, but I do voice acting on the side, and just starting to dabble into a little bit of on camera as well.
Wow. And where are you
Yeah.
from, Derek?
I live in Ontario, Canada, a small little town called Bancroft.
Okay, so tell me something interesting about Bentroff, something that stands out compared with other places in Ontario, in Canada.
Well, Bancroft is actually the mineral capital of North America. We have one of only a handful of sodalite deposits in the world.
Oh,
Sodalite is an expensive mineral, but it is very rare. Um, so yeah, we're sitting on top of a geological anomaly, I guess.
and how far are you from Toronto?
2.5 hours, if traffic cooperates.
I see.
Yeah.
Derek, let's start the interview. I always ask my guests on the show to bring something that means a lot to them. So it could be an object, could be a gift, could be a picture. Is there anything that you could share with us?
So there were a couple of things that came to mind, neither of which I can physically bring, but one is actually my bass. So I play upright bass in the bluegrass band, and it's too big to fit in my booth here. But that means a lot to me because it's allowed me to play bluegrass music. So that's been a lot of fun. Another thing would be a picture of my two kids, and again, it's not something I'm really willing to share online,
Of
but
course.
my two girls are sort of everything, and in my younger days, I didn't want kids. I was 40 when I had my youngest daughter or my oldest daughter. And
Wow.
yeah, so it's changed my life for the better, that's for sure.
That's amazing. Oh, wow. I love this story. You became a dad at 40. It's amazing.
Yeah,
It's very inspiring, actually, because sometimes, I think there are no rules. You know what I mean? I think when you feel ready, when the circumstances feel like, okay, it's time now, why not? You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through memories in life and share your point of views?
Yeah, let's do
Ab-
it.
Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Of run upon questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song just for us to relax before the first question, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Let's do it. Okay, before we start the interview, during the journey, if it comes up a question that maybe you don't want to talk about or you don't want to answer, always can take another one, okay?
Okay.
Amazing. First question is, what's something you believe is undeniably true?
That happiness is essential to our lives. And you have to find a way to find happiness. And that's different for everybody. For some people it's their career, for other people it's family, for some people it's hobbies, but and that might be cliche, that might be an easy answer, but I think in order to really live, you have to have happiness from something.
And do you believe that happiness is a choice?
I do. I think we can choose to be miserable all the time if we want to be. There's certainly enough things in the world that you could focus on to make oneself miserable. But again, if you choose to find happiness in something, and I think that's important.
Tell me, when have you felt the happiest in your life? I'm sure you have different moments and different situations, but when you think about it, like out of the blue, tell me a situation when you felt the happiest in your life so far.
When again, it goes back to my two kids, and when my oldest daughter was born 2 months early, and so she, it was high risk. We didn't really know how it was going to go, and we spent 2 months in the hospital with her. And when we knew that she was out of the woods, she was going to be able to come home, that's definitely the happiest moment. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. I think in the end of the day, those moments it's undeniable true. You know what I mean? Those moments, just like it's the happiest. You cannot even just hope they are parents. They can tell that for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, Derek. Next question is, what makes you really angry?
What makes me really angry? It depends on the day, I guess. I think people that don't care about others, about whether it's about other people or about, animals, or I think that's probably the answer, because the material stuff in our life is kind of, I don't think that's stuff that's really worth getting angry over. But I think everything else comes down to whether we care for each other as humans, and people that just don't care. I think that's probably what makes me the most angry.
What's the biggest joy of being Derek? What do you like the most about being you?
I lead a pretty simple life. I've done a lot of different things in my life. I've worked in restaurants. I've worked in telecom. I've spent, like I said, a good portion of my career working in the fire service. I've worked in construction, and in the last few years, I've been doing some acting, some voice acting, and, like I say, dabbling into on camera. I think that the happiest part about being me is the fulfillment I get just through all the things in my life. Again, whether it's family and kids or my hobbies or all these other things, just keeping things different, keeping things spicy.
Totally. And enjoy the journey all the time. I think living a simple life is the best thing it can happen, because my God, I love that as well. When you see simplicity in life, it's what brings the biggest joy for us, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I live, like, my wife and kids and I, we live out in the country in a small town. We've got a little hobby farm. We've got goats and chickens and ducks and turkeys and geese. And for us, it's just that laid back country, simple life. Really enjoyable.
Connect with nature is the best place to be, for sure.
Absolutely. We actually just had a picnic lunch with the kids outside before I came in here to talk to you. So.
Wow, that's oh my God, that's what I call life quality of life. Is those
absolutely
moments. Oh my God. I'm from Brazil, originally from Brazil, and I've been living most of my life on my own in Europe. Yeah, since I've been here living in Europe. And I cherish those moments so much, Derek. When I go to Brazil, actually, when I go back to my roots, when I see
Yeah.
my friends, and we literally, I was born in a very small town, you know what I mean? And when I go back and we go to the lakes, we swimming, we barefoot, walking around. For me, when I come back to my current life, my energy is just like full, my batteries feel full because that's how we recharge our batteries for sure. Wow.
Absolutely. There was a period in my career where I was actually working downtown Toronto, which, as I mentioned, is, a 2.5 to 3 hour drive on a good day. And I would work down there through the week and come home on weekends. And I tell you, those couple of days at home in the country, I needed that to recharge in order to go back and face the grind of city life.
Yeah, great. Next one, let's do it. Okay, before the next question, tell me what's the biggest joy of, being an actor, voiceover? What do you like the most about your career?
So, I'm fairly new into this. I've been doing it for a few years now, but I'm just now starting to get into some bigger commercial work.
Okay.
Um, Recently got an agent for commercial work, for commercial voiceover, and it's like anything. When it's new, it's exciting. You're learning new things about it. You're learning the craft. You're learning the art, and those times when you do dozens and dozens and dozens of auditions for jobs, and it would be the same for on-camera work, and then you get that call, hey, you booked it, right?
Yeah.
That's a rush. That's a big rush. So um yeah, those moments kind of make it all worthwhile, right? Being able to have that creative outlet, but then being able to actually get paid for it at some point along the way.
I see. Okay. Next question is, that's a trick question. What's your favorite scene?
Favorite sin?
Yeah. I can always change the question. I know it's a bit tricky.
Um, no, that's okay. No, favorite sin. Um, I think so. If I can think back the seven deadly sins, one of them is gluttony, I believe, and um, my first love was food. And I went to out of high school, I went to culinary school. I worked in restaurants for a few years. I still love cooking, still do a
Wow.
little bit of catering on the side. So for me, um, I think there's certainly an association between gluttony and food because I don't know about you, but I've definitely been that guy that's overate at different points or maybe overconsumed the beverage. Um, when the mood hits, when the evening and the company is just right. So I'm gonna go with gluttony. I'm gonna say that's my favorite sin.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I for like I mentioned earlier, there my day-to-day paycheck. I'm work as a carpenter, so that
Uh-huh.
physical work all the time I think helps. And
Yeah.
I'll be 43. I'll be 43 next month, so I'm right there with you. You get it.
Wow. And do you like celebrating birthdays or for you it's just sad numbers?
For me, it's just a number. Again, it's one of those things where now that I have my children, I would just sooner let them, like, the birthdays are for them.
Right.
I'll take my day. I'll have what I call a weekend beer when I get home from work, as opposed to the light weekday beer.
Uh-huh. And tell me something. You talk about foods. Tell me if you could eat one food for the rest of your life, what that would be, and also tell me something that you cannot eat at all or you don't like to eat.
If I had to eat, well, so something I can't eat at all, there's really nothing. I think the only thing that I don't really care for is liver. Um, I like organ meats. I don't mind organ meats, but liver is something I've just never acquired a taste for. I don't know. If I had to eat one thing for the rest of my life, oh my God, I don't know that I would want to continue living. No. Um, I think I got to go with a cheeseburger. And the reason I say that is because you can do a lot with a cheeseburger. You can take it different directions.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, you can make it as good or as or let me rephrase that. You can make it as complex or as simple as you
yeah,
want.
yeah.
Um, I'm gonna go with a cheeseburger.
I like cheeseburger, and I must say that I like your liver as well.
You
I
like
like
which?
I like liver. I like liver as well. I like liver.
Oh, okay,
Liver.
okay.
Yeah, I like it with onions fried.
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah. Um,
Not for
I
you.
I
Not
like
for you.
heart.
I like heart as
Yeah,
well.
no, I if I had to pick, yeah, I really like heart. It's good. Or like ox tongue, things like that. Really good. But
Oxtail. I love oxtail as well. Oxtail is one of my favorites.
yeah,
When I go to Brazil, my mom she cooks in a way that she knows it's amazing. Oxtail. I love it.
yeah,
I feel hungry now. I had dinner already, but I feel hungry now after that.
yeah.
3 questions left. Let's do it. Okay, before the next question, when as in your voiceover career, do you have some different voices that you do, or you have just one voice specific, or you can work in different voices?
So for commercial work, I don't stray too far from my natural voice.
Okay.
Little things like, you may pitch it up or down a little bit, vary your cadence, um,
So what I'm
just
gonna
your
ask you,
just your general tone. I'm
okay,
sorry.
so what I'm gonna ask you is if you can answer the next question with a different voice, so a voice that you feel comfortable doing it. You know what I mean? Something that you can make it up. Is that okay for
Okay.
you? Okay.
Sure, sure.
Right. Next question is, what's the best invention you think of?
Oh, wow. The best invention I could think of. Um, my goodness.
See, now I'm thinking about the voice and I'm thinking about the question.
I know, I
Um,
tricky.
invention.
Okay, well, listen, but let's get right back to the root of civilization. The best invention, probably the wheel.
I love it. Absolutely.
Um, yeah, I mean, yeah. I guess to answer your question, that's probably the best invention. It's certainly allowed for mechanization and advancement of civilization in general. Maybe that's too big an answer. I don't know.
No,
Um,
it's what comes to your mind. It's not right or wrong.
yeah,
What's
okay, we're gonna go with that.
what's the meaning of life for you when you think about life, Derek?
That is a very different, would have been a very different answer 20 years ago.
Hmm.
Um, I think 20 years ago, I would have told you um, self-fulfillment, self-gratification, advancement.
Yeah.
Um, but today, I would say it's happiness and family. It's
Hmm.
as you age and as you change in your life and as other things come into your life, um, your values change maybe or your values refocus. So yeah, for me, I'm gonna say it's family.
Which person in your family, in your life, when you're feeling the lowest for some reason, this person comes to your mind for you to open up, to talk a little bit. And at the same time, the same person, when you are feeling the greatest, you feel like, oh my God, I'm feeling so happy right now. I need to share that. I need to talk about it. So which person comes to your mind?
Often, so my mom and dad split when I was really, really young, and I was raised in large part by my grandmother, who was very old fashioned, a farm lady from way back, and so there were a period of time where we didn't see eye to eye. As I was growing up, I again the things I was valuing at that time weren't necessarily the things that she had instilled in me. And
Hmm.
And that changed, that reverted as I got older. But I look back and I wished I'd had more time with her after the change, if you will, um, to reflect on all those values, and for her to, enjoy her grandkids, my kids. Um, so the person that when I'm feeling down, I often think about my grandma, because I know that she would have an answer for me.
Wow.
And the things I celebrate it with my wife. She's my best friend. And so, like if I book a job, or even if I get an audition or a callback for something, it's like, holy moly, like, so yeah, you celebrate those little wins with the people closest to you, and it's definitely her.
Okay, so she's watching this interview right now. When you have a moment, an opportunity to send her a message, what would you say? She's watching.
Oh goodness. She would be the first to tell you that I'm a man of few words when it comes to family, when it comes to talking to people. I don't share my emotions very well. Um, Maybe that's why I've elected to do this in my vocal booth, because maybe it feels like it's a safe space to do that, talk to you on Zoom.
For
Um,
sure.
I guess I would just tell her thanks.
Oh,
We've been together for, whatever, it's been 13 years,
wow.
and we've been married for, I guess it'll be 6 or 7 years, 7 years, I think, this summer. Um, I never thought I'd get married. I certainly never thought I would have kids.
So
But
interesting.
here
Wow.
we are. So yeah, I would just tell her thanks.
Oh, and how did your path cross for the very first time, if you can share?
Very first time. So there's 8 years between us, and I've actually known her dad. So this is a very small town story. Her dad and his girlfriend at the time, because it was before my wife's parents got together. Um, Shortly after I was born and came home from the hospital, her dad came to my home to visit my parents and see me. Like
Oh my God.
her dad and my dad have been friends for years. Her dad and my mom went to school together. So I've known her dad longer than I've known her. And our paths, I think, first crossed during a theater event. I believe I was acting in a show, and I think she was helping out with front of house stuff. And that would have been the first time I met her, sort of, later in life. She was young at that point, and like it was just a paths crossing. But later in life, we started dating. So
Sweet. Oh my God, I love those. Where I'm from as well, Derek, I was born in a city where we had, I think, was 6,000 people in the small
okay,
town. You know what I mean? So everyone knew each other. Everyone, and my grandmother, my grandmother. She was a nurse, and
okay,
she was a midwife as well. So I
okay,
grew up. So sometimes, she was looking after me as a small boy, because my parents, they were working, and in her house she had a room where she was, doing the delivery, you know what I mean, of the pregnant ladies. And I
right.
was so curious about it. And the funny thing is, when I think about her, I have these memories of like a hospital in her house, because she had this room where she had all the things that she needed for, like, she was like the person, everything that happened in the city, they would come for her. You know what I mean? Someone
Wow.
broke their arm, someone cut something. I remember, I have memories growing up around her that there Sunday, everyone were together having a meal, and suddenly someone was knocking the door. Oh my God, this happened. And she was running to help and do her things. So I get your point. You know what I mean? I think it's a small town, somehow people cross their lives. And so
Yeah.
many children at the time, they are adults now. They've been born for her by her hands. You know what I mean? So she could
Yeah.
name thousand of, not thousand, but a lot of them that they were literally born in my grandmother's house, because she was a
That
midwife. So
that's incredible.
yeah, it's interesting. Those small town that, there's so many stories behind, and I love it. I think it's great memories.
Yeah. Yeah, the town we live in, growing up, the population here was 2,400. So
Wow.
pretty
Wow.
small. Yeah.
2 questions left. Let's do it.
All right.
Okay, next question for you is, what is something you wish you could do every single day?
Oh, my goodness. Every single day. What's the joke? Every day you wake up and every day that you wake up on the green side of the grass is a good day. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna have to think about that one. Something I wish I could do every single day. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to be a little bit selfish for a minute. I wish I could book a voiceover job every single day.
I love that.
Because that would allow me to, essentially quit my other job and just focus solely on voiceover. That would be incredible. We're not there yet, but fingers crossed.
For sure. Tell me 3 names of the movie industry, 3 names of 3 people that for you always be inspired by, or for you they are big inspiration. Tell me 3 names.
3 names. William Shatner. Okay. And when my wife watches this interview, she's going to laugh because she hates William Shatner. So William Shatner, Robin Williams.
Wow.
And I don't know. I don't want to stick too much to Star Trek, but maybe Gene Roddenberry.
Okay. Right.
I think that's what I'm going to go with.
Okay, so the 3 names, let's pretend they are still with us today, okay?
Okay.
Now it's going to be more tougher, the question now. One day, you're going to wake up in the morning having 3 missed calls on your phone from those 3 names you just mentioned right now. Which one?
Okay.
You're going to call back straight away? Which one you're going to send a message? I'll call you back later. And the 3rd one, you don't call back, you don't send a message, just ignore him for now. I know it's a mean question. I know it's mean.
Yeah. I'm gonna call back William Shatner right away because I'm not gonna pass up the opportunity to talk to William Shatner. Canadian icon, Captain Kirk. Yeah, I'm gonna call him back. I'm gonna send Robin Williams a message and say I'll call you back later. And as much as I hate to say it, I guess I'd have to ignore Gene Roddenberry, which is maybe a stupid idea because he might give me a job, but I don't know. We'll see.
If he watch this interview, he's gonna forgive you because I put in the spot, so I take all the blame.
Thank you very much.
Last question, ready?
All right.
Let's do it. Last one. You like dancing?
Yeah. I'm not a good dancer, but I'll get down and boogie.
Before the last question, let's talk about your band. Yeah, that you are vocalist. So tell me, when people come to watch your band, when you are playing, you know what I mean? What's something about it that you'd like people to take with them when they come to see your gigs?
Maybe 2 things. I just want them to have a good time. I want them to enjoy the music and, maybe find they're tapping their foot or bopping along to the music, or maybe even singing. The other thing might be when you talk about bluegrass music, a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't like that stuff," or whatever. And I think a lot of people find after they hear bluegrass music, they go, "Oh, that's what that is."
Mm-hmm.
And they find they really enjoy it. There's a lot enjoyable about it. It's melodic. We do 4-part harmonies. It's got sometimes a driving rhythm. Other times it's more of a serenade, if you will. Yeah, so maybe they find that they've got a new love for something.
Wow, sweet. Okay, last question is, if you could invent a new holiday, what would celebrate?
A new holiday. A new holiday. You know what it's going to be? A um it's going to be a freebie, and it's going to be you get to pick a day that you get a holiday whenever you want it. So William gets to pick his own holiday.
I
So,
like that.
yeah, you just everybody gets to pick that one day where you get the day off, you get paid for it because why not? And yeah, that way we're not maybe bound by what the calendar says. You get a day when you want it.
I like that, Derek. Actually, that could be a very good idea for companies, people to think about it. I think it's a great idea, actually. A day for yourself, a day for you to do anything that you like to do. Maybe about doing something that you celebrate, about anything. I like that, actually. Very good idea.
Yeah.
Wow, I really like it. Very creative. Love it.
That's
You see, if people now start taking this advice, you need to get some, you know what I mean, some money out of it, because you gave the idea away. You know what I mean?
Can I make some royalties off of this holiday?
Totally, totally. Imagine the companies, they need to if they or they need to name your Derek. It's a Derek holidays. It means it's a free day for everybody.
It's Derek's day. Yeah, it's Derek's day, and you can take it whenever you want it.
I like that. Actually, that would be a good one. Derek Day holidays. Amazing. Right. It's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to say some words. Just tell me one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Okay. Let's start with family.
Okay. Love.
Money.
Burden.
Fear.
Oh, I think I overthought that. Anxiety.
Life.
Freedom.
Love.
Family.
Politics.
Nonsense.
Sex.
Enjoyable.
Religion.
Conflict.
Interesting. Friendship.
Lifelong.
Desire.
Sinful.
You know what, Derek? If someone would say desire for me, I would say danger. You know what I mean? I'm Scorpio, my star sign. You know what I mean? I'm for November, my star sign. So desire for me, it's a very danger word, let's say.
Okay, all right.
Let's go for regrets.
None.
Success.
I'm going to say freedom again.
Okay. Wish.
Happiness.
And one word for happiness.
A word for happiness?
Yeah.
Family.
Wow. One word for Canada.
Poutine.
What's that?
You never had poutine? Yeah. Have you ever been to Canada?
I go to Canada every year, actually, because my godson, yeah, my best friend, he's French and he lives in Montreal. So I go every year.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And you've never had poutine?
Wait a minute. Poutine.
Yeah, en français, c'est poutine.
Oh, poutine.
French fries, gravy, and
oh my
cheese
God.
curd.
Yes. Oh my God. Derek, I'll tell you something now. There is, for the first time the first time I had poutine, oh my God, I said to my friend, why you didn't tell me that before? When I arrived, so every year, there's a restaurant in Montreal where it's open 24 hours and people, they queue out. There's always a queue there. You know what I mean? And they have poutine for different things. Oh, I love poutine. Oh my God, Derek. When you said poutine, I was thinking
Yeah,
about a dessert, a little thing. I know, of course, I know poutine. My God, this
yeah,
is the greatest thing they invented.
yeah. That's pretty quintessential Canadian cuisine right there.
To be honest, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was very popular. I saw it was just in Montreal, so it's a whole part of
Mm.
Canada. Part of Canada.
It's the whole country. Yeah.
That's amazing. Oh wow, you just made my day now. Learn something new about Canada. I go there every year.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. Poutine and maple syrup. There you go.
Yeah. Maple syrup, I always knew. As soon as I'm leaving the airport, they're full of maple syrup everywhere in the
Yeah.
airport. Love it. One word for voiceover.
Opportunity.
One word for music.
Mm. Um, Creative.
And the last one now. Let's see if I'm gonna say right the name of your band. The Grido Pickers.
The Griddle Pickers. That's right.
One word for it.
Oh, fun.
Amazing. Let's
Yeah.
pretend now I'm going to meet your wife for a coffee, and I'm going to ask her, define Derek in one positive and one negative word only. What should say about you?
Um, so the negative would probably be I'm a terrible procrastinator. Um, I I think I have a little bit of undiagnosed OCD, and that results in me not if I can't, I'll leave something and not do it if I feel that I can't do it properly right now,
Right.
and that doesn't always work out. But as a result, I procrastinate a lot, so that would be the negative. Positive, um, I would. I hope that she would think I'm a good dad and husband and provider.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Let's play now Derek and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. But before that, let's play the music one more time. Let's do it.
All right.
Amazing. I got you dancing there. Amazing.
I had to get a dance in there before the end.
Of course, I love it. And before you ask me the question, what music has taught you so far?
Um, so playing in a band, it's a lot of teamwork. It's a lot of collaboration. You've got four musicians, sometimes with four different opinions on how something should go. But you work together and you make it something awesome. So yeah, teamwork.
Beautiful. Okay, Derek, you can ask me a question now.
Okay. If you could only watch one movie for the rest of your life, what movie would it be? And this doesn't necessarily have to be your favorite movie. Because when I thought about this, I came up with an answer that wasn't my favorite movie, but it was the one movie that I thought I can watch this forever.
Great question, but at the same time, very hard because I love movies. Actually, after the interview, as soon as we finish, I'm going to get ready and I'm going to go to see a movie tonight in the cinema. That's my therapy of the week. I love movies.
Nice.
I love cinema. I love to connect with the big screen. Yeah, I love it. Literally it's a therapy for me. And it's so hard to pick a movie. However, I'm gonna, as soon as we start formulating the question, the first one that came to my mind, it's Green Book.
Green Book, okay.
Have you watched it?
I've seen it.
I'll tell you something. That's movie. It made me understand and appreciate much the difference about people, how people they make conceptions based on their look or backgrounds or everything, and seeing that rough man in New York City, the nightlife was very rough, and you know what I mean, his style of living in the nightlife in New York City, and also I think of New York City. Yeah, it was New York City, and also as a driver. And the other side, this beautiful man, very sophisticated, well-spoken black man where, you know what I mean, he couldn't perform in some places in America, and both of them driving together. The relationship between both of them, my God, I love that movie. The contrast between both of them, the contrast, how they learned between each other, how they got to see their own words in that trip, in their tour that they were doing around the South in the US. For me, was just it's a masterpiece, that movie. But I could tell you so many others. But this one, for some reason, came to my mind right now. Green Book, one of the books. I watched it and seeing both of them, understand their word. They were so different. At the same time, you know what I mean? They were protecting each other. They were learning about each other through the journey. He was a driver, and the sophisticated man trying to understand his word as well. And a lot of things involved, you know what I mean? There was a lot of message there, and I love the movie. I think it was such a beautiful movie.
I'm going to have to give that another watch. It's been a long time.
I know, me too, actually. But I could tell so many. My God, I love movies. And every movie I watch, my friend who lives in Canada, he goes like, when I tell him, oh my God, I watch your movies, like, okay, Will, every movie you like it. You know what I mean? I'm very easy with movies. I think movie for me is a therapy. I love it. I love to, know what I mean, to see, it's for me, it's I get into it like very easily and brings great vibes. So yeah, I would go for a Green Book today, for sure.
All right. Good answer.
Did you enjoy the interview?
Yes, that was wonderful. Thank you. I didn't think I had anything to offer, but this was a fun reflection.
For sure you had. Talking to you, I love to see people here coming to the show and expressing themselves through their passion, their love for their families, their background, their anything, everything when people come here, I love it. I'm so passionate about seeing people, expressing, sharing their lives, their point of views, their struggles or their happiness, their challenges. I think it's amazing to see all of us, we are navigating through life. And it's good to see some reflection from other people. I love it. Thanks again for taking the time. Before you go, Derek, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
You are never too old to try something new.
It says everything. Wow, beautiful. Regards to your wife, to your kids, and your family, and you keep in touch. It was a pleasure having you on the show, okay? Enjoy your day.
Absolutely. All right, thanks so much.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye-bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.